Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we are going to talk about interface and we will see like how we can use interface in our GraphQL schema and also like what are the things happen when you include interfaces, like what is the requirement, where we can use interface and how we will be resolving the interfaces. All right. So like just wanted to add one more thing here, like whatever code I'm doing is available on GitHub. I will be attaching the link and whenever I update some mock data as well, as you see like that mock data is also available on GitHub. So if you want to use those files directly, you can just go and copy those data instead of like writing. If you don't want to write from scratch, then definitely you can go on GitHub and write those data. I mean, just copy and paste it in your project. All right, so let's start. What I'm going to do here is like I will create before I create what's the need of interface. So we'll discuss on this. Let's talk about one requirement here. Let's say the product in real life scenario, the product will have one variant. For example, let's say the t-shirt size. The t-shirt may have a variant of sizes like small, medium, large, and it can have like different variant of color like black, white, pink, blue, something like that. So like the first thing, like the product can have multiple variants. So let's say like I need to see the variants of the product. So how we will be doing that? So to do that, what we can do is like we can type a new property on products. So here what I'm going to do is like I will be writing variants, and the variant will be an object type since it can have like ID, object, variant name, price. So the variant will have different price, like the one with the black can have different price, with the one with the white can have different price. Similarly for the sizes as well. So let me just type a new product variant. Now since a product will definitely have one variant, so I'm just marking them mandatory. Now I will define this as type. Let's say ID. There will be one type ID. It is mandatory. Variant name. This will be mandatory as well. Price. This is going to be mandatory as well. Now let's assume if I use this, what will happen is we can show these three details. Definitely we can resolve the product variants. Whenever we will encounter the variants, we can resolve with a method as we have seen in the previous videos. But in real life scenario, like the product variant will not be the only, it can have different data types. The size variant can have the color variant. So depending on the type, like say, let's say if it is a size variant, then we will have one size attribute like XL, or if it is color, then it will be having one color here. It will be either one of it, right? So how we will be, I mean, doing this. So basically what we can do here is like we can just make this an interface. And why I'm doing this, the reason behind that interface is something in GraphQL schema is something like if I define an interface, any type inheriting any interface it must need to have these fields. Okay, so like for example, let's say if I define a type size variant. Now if I implement product variant, then what will happen in this case is like I will have to copy and paste these fields here. So these are mandatory since I'm implementing. You might be saying like why I'm copying it here when I'm already implementing product variant. So this is kind of different from the other programming languages like in the TypeScript or even Java object-oriented programming language. So here like the meaning is something like if you are implementing a any interface, then you must have those fields before like writing any extra field. You must have those fields. Additionally, like we can have different properties here as well. Like for example, we can have one size property. Like definitely I can have it in string, and I'm just marking it mandatory as well. I'll copy paste complete thing here, and we'll change the second one as color variant. Right now, instead of size, what I can do is like I can write color. Let's do one thing. Now you understand like these are the two different types, although we are not resolving it anywhere. So let's do one thing before I use this type, and let's try to resolve this product variant and see what happens. To resolve a product variant, I mean the variants, we'll have to see like this is under product, right? And there's a field called variant. So I will be copying it. I will go in my resolver. I'll see like I have a product prop object here. So what I'm going to do is like I will add a new line to add a different property that is called variant. Now to resolve it, I need a method, right? And as we know, like the first parameter is always parent. Now, I will say like we don't have variance data. So what I can do here is like I will update some mock data here. Let me just get on variants file. I will also update products data. Let me just copy and paste. I'm just doing a couple of things so you can copy it from the GitHub as well. Although the data will be same, I will be just increasing the number of items here. Also like the products ID is something like alphanumeric now, product 1, product 2, product 3. And I'll be just pasting couple of variants as well here. Now you see like we have the variants data and it has product ID. So whenever like we need to resolve it, this ID will be useful, and how we will know like which product it belongs to. So in that case, product ID is important. So let's try to use this variant data. I will copy this and we'll go in index.js, and now I can copy it here. I will try to import this file, I mean this variable variance data. Now one or more variant can belong to a product, right? So, we can also see it here like if, a product can have multiple variants. So what I'm assuming like here I am having complete data of variants, and what I can do is like I can use filter. Now if I filter, I can write var, but var is already defined in JavaScript, so I will just keep it v, and v dot product ID. And since the parent is product, so parent will be having its own ID as well. So I can just compare, I can make check whether it is equal to the product ID. So if it belongs to this product, then it will return those variants only. Now let's do one thing. We have set up, we variants data. We have created a resolver for it. Let's try to run the server and see if it is working fine or not. I will copy this link from here and I'll paste it in my browser and we'll see like if that is working. Okay. So let's say this is a query products. I have added a name. And in variants, let me just expand it little bit so that I can show you here variants is also available. Now in variants we have couple of fields, like as you can say like its implementation here. I'll just little bit zoom it out so that you can see the complete thing together. All right. Now you see the we have the size variant and color variant. So I don't know like how we can query it, but if I go back, it has like common fields on interface as ID, price, and variant. So let me just try to query this variant and see what happens in this case. I will drag it to the left so that I can see the output window. If I click here, I'm seeing some error. So what is this error? So it is something like it is saying like the object type must be resolved at runtime. So it is saying like to use the resolve type here. Let me try to use something else and see like if that is working. So I'm seeing like nothing is working even from these two interfaces, like the implementations of it. If I like try to see if I'm able to get the size, although it is throwing me error. It is saying cannot query size on the product variant. Do you mean inline fragment and all? We'll come to that inline fragment later. For now, like understand we are not able to query it anything from here also. Now, how we will be resolving this? Although we have created our interface, but we are not sure like how we can resolve it. We tried resolving in the same approach we did for category. We created a variable under product and we use the variance data, but it is not resolving. The reason behind that, when it is returning the filtered data, it is not sure like which data type each object belongs to. For each object, GraphQL will try to determine its data type. In that case, we'll have to tell the GraphQL, okay, this particular data belongs to this particular object type. What I mean is a variant 1 belongs to size variant and variant 2 belongs to color variant. So let's try to do that. To resolve a product variant, I mean its type, to resolve the type of the product variant, what we can do is like we can copy the name of the product variant that is here. We'll keep it a separate properties. And since we are trying to resolve its type, so we will be writing one method name here. It starts with double underscore resolve type. And then what we can do is we can create one method to resolve. So what will happen is like for every object it will try to resolve, it will check the type of that variant. So in that case, it will use this method, okay, and it will pass a parameter here that is variant itself. So what we can do here is like we can just try to console log and see like what is coming. And when I execute this, I'm getting the variant object again. All right. The thing is like I'm getting the variant object. Now you can see it is trying to use this method whenever it is returning, I mean, returning this data. And for each object, it is trying to resolve the type of it since it is not aware whether it is a product type or it is a, I mean, it is size type or a color variant or size variant. So, like we'll have to tell this like whether what to choose. So in that case, for now, like I'm just going to remove this console log. I will use if else. So I'm already aware like the variant will have size if it is a size variant. So what is the name of the size variant? It is itself a size variant. So I will just return it in text. And else when I know like there will be only two variant, then I can return the next another one is like the color variant. I will use the semicolon here. Now let's try to see again in the playground what is happening. Now, as you see, like variants are appearing here, you can see the size variants, and here we have the color variants as well. Great, it seems working. Let me try to have other fields as well here, like for example, size. Okay, so size is not working. Because we will be needing inline fragment. So I'll talk about inline fragment in next video. Before that, let me just query other steps, like for example, price. Okay, to query the properties specific to the size variant and color variant, that is size and color, we'll have to use inline fragments here. What is inline fragment? I'm going to talk about it in next lesson. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.